Hey everybody, I'm David Koltai, co-founder of Pigtronix, and I'm here today at Sweetwater to show you the Cosmosis stereo ambient reverb with morphing. As you could hear from that first demo, the Cosmosis pedal excels at ambient reverb and soundscape type tones without relying on any type of artificial octave up, so we don't get that crunchy, weird, artifacty stuff that you hear in so many other guitar pedals that create these type of pad effects. The Cosmosis has 3 different sound spaces in it, and the one you just heard is the namesake of the pedal, Cosmos mode. The Cosmos algorithm only reverberates the harmonics of what you play, lending itself to these incredibly smooth textures that shimmer around and create this wonderful evolving pad that's based on the notes that you fed it. The way that this is actually done is very interesting in that a reverb is made of thousands of discrete echoes. The Cosmosis algorithm plots these echoes using a methodology where it ensures that each discrete echo is co-prime with all the others. So you don't get any overlap or weird buildup of frequencies. You just get this wonderfully smooth pad effect that is derived from a 32-bit floating point processor that we worked into this cutting-edge guitar pedal from Pigtronix. We have stereo in and stereo out, so this pedal is great not only with guitar, but also with keyboards or in a production situation using it with a console. The pedal's got exceptional headroom, and it runs on standard 9 volts at under 100 milliamps of current draw. There are 4 knobs that control the parameters on the Cosmosis. On the far right-hand side, we have the size knob, and this actually adjusts the algorithmic size of the space that you've selected. We have a blend knob that is completely dry when it's counterclockwise and 100% wet when it's fully clockwise. We also have a tone control here, and the tone control has both low-pass functionality below noon and high-pass functionality above noon. So as you turn the knob counterclockwise, the reverb gets darker and more murky sounding as we filter out the high frequencies. And conversely, as you turn the knob above noon, you enter the high-pass mode where it cuts out the lows and gives you a brighter reverb sound. And on the far left side, we have the morphing section. What the morphing allows for in Cosmosis is for all of the knobs to have 2 different settings. And then you can seamlessly move between those 2 different settings by hitting the foot switch. As you can see, we have 4 mini LEDs located above the morph foot switch. Each of these LEDs corresponds to one of the knobs. And by pushing this little black touch switch, I can select which of the parameters are going to be subject to morphing. So I've gone ahead and turned on the tone parameter. Blend is already selected, size, and we're good to go here, where tone, blend, and size can all change. So let's go ahead and set up a sound here where we make it kind of bright with a fairly low blend setting. A double tap on the morph foot switch will one-shot between red and green. And now that the morph has arrived at green, it blinks to tell you it's ready. Now I can go ahead and set up my green sound, and I'm gonna go for something kind of different. We'll go for a very dark reverb that's very wet and about as big as it gets. And so that'll be this. When I hit the morph foot switch with just a single press, it sends the pedal into a mode where it oscillates between the red and green settings. And so here's what that sounds like. Pushing the morph switch a second time will then stop it moving back and forth. It stopped on green here. If I want to get over to red, all I do is double tap it and it'll move it to red. This knob on the far left is the morph time parameter, allowing you to change between green and red parameters as quick as immediately and as long as 10 seconds of travel time between the two. And as you might have guessed, I can also select to have the morph rate itself change. So I can have it travel very slowly in one direction and then very quickly back in the other direction. So this is the morphing concept, sort of eschewing using expression pedals or other external devices to change parameters. You can just set up the pedal to do what you want, and then you use that left foot switch to do it. You can even change any of the parameters while it's morphing, and it will apply those changes in real time to whichever color you're moving towards. Now I'm going to show you some of the other spaces that are featured in the Cosmosis. The next one we'll do is the temple space. I've got that on preset 1 here. The tempo algorithm was actually derived from an impulse response that was taken in the First Baptist Church in Nashville. Now, this is not an impulse response reverb. We're actually able, with our software, to take real impulse responses and then manipulate them and change them around to get whatever sound we would like. The next sound we'll do is going to be the theater mode. Now, this is a small room or studio style reverb that can get as small as being inside like a little concrete football or about as big as a lecture hall. As you can hear, this sound in the theater mode is much more subtle and smaller than the more extremely epic tempo and totally cosmic music of the spheres that you get from the Cosmos mode. So with this, we have 3 distinct spaces that each serve a different function, and all of them have this ability to morph, and you can even switch between the 3 spaces in real time using our URS Universal Remote Switch, which is a 3-button passive remote that plugs in with a TRS cable into this jack that's on the back over here. Another really cool function in the Cosmosis is the Trails feature. This is a mode where when you bypass the unit, any reverb that's going on will decay naturally, but no new reverb will be added to the incoming signal. This helps with smooth transitions between parts and songs where you don't have to have that awkward moment where you just all of a sudden turn off a huge reverb sound. And that, my friends, is the Cosmosis pedal from Pigtronix. If you want to learn more about Cosmosis or any of the different effects in the Pigtronix range of futuristic audio technology, don't hesitate to call your Sweetwater sales engineer or go to sweetwater.com.